Let's quickly look at how you can export a PDF out of Adobe Illustrator. For a lot of our projects, you're going to need to save your assignment as a PDF. And this is very helpful when you're trying to share your file with somebody. Not everybody can open up an Illustrator, but most people can open up a PDF. Now, you don't need to follow along with me and create this file. You certainly don't need to submit this file, though you're welcome to follow along and do it yourself. The important thing is to note how we save a document as a PDF from Adobe Illustrator. First thing to keep in mind is that a PDF can actually work into Adobe Illustrator. You can actually bring it in and almost use it like an Illustrator file. So that's very helpful, but it also means we do need to be mindful of saving our document both as an Illustrator file and saving it as a PDF, because sometimes you can do the one and forget to do the other. So I have this file here, and I'm going to save it as an Illustrator file first. I'm just going to call it test. Click save. I already have a file named test, but I'm going to override this in this case and click replace. You'll see this come up. All you have to do is click OK. So now this is an Illustrator file. So now it's ready to be exported as a PDF. So I'm going to go up to File. I'm going to go up, in this case, to Save As. I could also do Save a Copy. I'm going to do Save As. It brings up that same window. Now I have the option, I could change the format. You'll see a few options here, and in this case, we're going to click PDF. And this actually lets us determine how many artboards we want to export as well. So I just want the first two. I don't want number 3. So in my range, I just do 1 to 2, and then I'm going to click save. It's important when you do this to make sure your cursor is still in here. For some reason, if you were to click out of it, even click up here and then click save, it will very likely just give you all of the artboards and not listen to you down here. So I find it helpful if I keep my cursor clicked in here for whatever reason, it will listen. Click save. Again, I have one called test already. I'm just going to override it because I know I don't need that file. Hit replace. And now it brings up this dialog box. I'm going to set this preset to the default. And there's very little you'll ever need to change on this. For our uses though, we do want to just come here to these options, and we want to unclick everything except view PDF after saving. Some of these options are helpful to have, but for our purposes we won't need them, and they'll just be adding size to our file that we don't want. So let's click Save PDF, and now it's popped right open, and it listened to us. We only have the 2 pages that we wanted. If you don't have Adobe Acrobat downloaded, now is the time to do so. We're going to need it for this course, and since we have the full Adobe Creative Suite, we can download it for free. One more helpful thing in Adobe Acrobat is we can reduce the size of our document. So let's say this was a much more complicated or bigger PDF, and it was a much bigger size, too big for me to send through email. In that case, there's a option here that lets me change the size of it and reduce it. I would just have to, within Acrobat, go up to File, Save as Other, and click Reduced Size PDF. You can just click OK. It's going to bring this up. I always like to add something to the title here, otherwise it will override my other file. So I'm going to call this Reduced or Low Res or something like that. Click Save. In this case, I already have one. I'm just going to replace it. And now I have a smaller size PDF. It doesn't always work how you want it to work. It'll sometimes just take a little bit off of the size, but a lot of times it can be very helpful if you have a PDF that's too big to really reduce the size down enough that you can send it to somebody via email. And so that's how we save a PDF out of Adobe Illustrator. Again, we would just go to File, Save As, change the format to a PDF. We could change the name if we want. Click Save. For our purposes, we want all of this unclicked, and we'll just keep View PDF after saving clicked. Save PDF, and there we go.